hire black folks as coaches. We all know this. And a lot of people don't realize you had the first African-American head coach in football was in the 1920s. 1921, I believe it was. I think it was Fritz Pollard, who was the first black coach in the football league. And he was a coach for a while. And of course, this around that time when they were still taking over America. And that was one of the changes that, of course, they had to make, was to get him out of there. And we didn't get another black head coach until I think the 80s. It was Art Shell in 1989 that we got as, the next black head coach. So long, big gap in between, black head coaches in the NFL, which is crazy. But that's in place. And of course, affirmative action has been in place for a while. And that's the same thing, because you have so many people in these corporations and in this system that just don't want to hire qualified African Americans to work for their companies. So much so that they had to make this law because it became so obvious. And when things like this happen, when it's so obvious that they want to push us out as black folks, it causes us to unite, which is why they put these laws in place to keep that from happening. But, we really have to realize that we can't get caught up. Politics, media, just don't get caught up in this stuff. I have seen so many senators and congressmen give passionate, fiery speeches, cussing out the president, cussing out members in the cabinet, cussing out congressmen and other senators and people that have, political jobs or government jobs that's supposed to be helping the people and are not doing so. And they get cussed out, they get chewed out, but nothing changes. And they make sure we all see it. And people, they pass it around and, tweet about it and talk about it, but nothing changes. That's the main thing. And it's one of these things that they do to make you believe that it's people in Congress and in the Senate fighting for you, for your best interest. It's all WWE. It's all smoke and mirrors because nothing ever changes. And they have been doing this every year, all the time, but nothing gets done. And that's the thing, we got to realize, again, these people are not going to do anything. They're there to get along, plain and simple. They're going to talk their crap, say what they say, but when it comes time to vote, they know where they're going. They're going against the people. They're going to vote for whatever the administration wants. And then they're going to talk bad about it, but then at the end of the day, the administration is going to get what it wants. It's a game. It's a game. And we don't see any real things being done that benefits us. The student loan issue, the minimum wage issue, these are real things that need to be fixed and addressed that don't get addressed. They just, we arguing about H&M, but it's people starving to death. Arguing about Kaepernick taking the knee, but you have vets starving to death. So this is how they turn the attention away from stuff that really matters, and now we focus on stuff that don't really matter, and the issue never gets addressed. Like what Kaepernick was taking a knee for still has not been addressed. The media hasn't come out and talked about it. NFL, nobody. It's not really addressing the issue, the main issue that sparked all this. So when you pay attention, even stemming from the Kaepernick issue, it has always been something dealing with, offending the people. You're offending the troops, offending the flag, offending the country. You're offending black people, you're offending Muslims. And they put in the Oval Office the king of offensiveness. We don't care what he say. And everything that comes out his mouth should be censored. And it's all gearing towards we need some kind of censorship going on. So if you're going to censor the president, you can censor anybody. And we're asking for exactly what we do not want. So if you just ignore the shit, don't tweet about it, don't share it, don't talk about it. No, that's hard to do for a lot of people, but if you're conscious, it's not really that hard. Let it go. If you talk one-on-one personally about it, that's fine. But as far as giving them, statistics and helping their numbers out and seeing where they should go with next week or next month's, bullshit, don't even get involved with that. Anybody that's believing in news media is just crazy. They don't know what the hell they're doing. So for a lot of you newly conscious people that's really getting away from religion and starting to see what's going on and starting to see that this whole thing is a part of an agenda and it's all, bullshit. It's not what you think it was. You got to really pay attention to that first. Because if you want to believe that, the government has been taken over, the system is corrupt, then you will have to honestly believe that, of course, they would get the media before anything else. They would take control of the biggest tools that controls the public and controls information before they can really, hatch their plan, which is why they want to get their hands on the internet, because it's now their biggest tool. So, of course, only America can destabilize countries and then, talk shit about the people that they have displaced and destroyed their homes and killed their family members trying to seek refuge, in America. That's crazy. And, without Africa, the rest of the world would be messed up. And a lot of people are ignorant as to the numbers and effect about how much we get from Africa and the things we get from Africa that really affects our day-to-day, like, your cell phones and those crystals that's in your phone that come from Africa, that without those crystals, you can't network, you can't, send signals from throughout your phone. Your phone just won't work correctly without these crystals, without these stones and, gold, diamonds, a lot of, oil, things that we export from Africa. So to call Africa a shithole country, if he said that, because we don't know, it's no soundbite. It's, he said it, but we understand, like, it's bullshit, of course. And they have destabilized so many countries in Africa and around the world, other places as well, to then, Trump to protest and, to have an issue about Mexicans coming into America when, Mexicans basically was in this land before them. And history is replete with the story about, Hidalgo and the whole treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, the whole thing with what happened in the American-Mexican War and everything like that. They got jerked out of the land, plain and simple. I've talked about this before, how they jerked the Mexicans out of like the whole entire ass of America when you pay attention. And now it's like, we murdered you, we stole your land, and now we're going to call you criminals and immigrants. And this is basically what they do. We understand that. But we know that, as I said, is just put out there to cause controversy, to, get people to just be more on board with what we have been seeing from Trump about this whole wall and everything else. You got the TV show Border Wars is egging that on, and video surfaced with the dude who's supposed to have killed 2 cops. He was an immigrant, and he was like, I wish I would have killed more cops. That's another thing. They're going to keep pushing all this stuff. They're going to cause us to accept what they're going to do, and it's just how it is. But us as Black conscious folks, we got to look at this stuff and see what it is, and not add any energy to it. So many people complaining about our status as African Americans in America. And it's just because we have no unity. We don't help each other out. We don't patronize each other. We don't have businesses to do that anyway. We don't have a lot of Black businesses where we can say, go shop here, go do this, go do that. So H&M or whoever could talk shit, racial slurs, do whatever they want. Where are you going to go? You're going to go to another store that's owned by another racist person. And that's the issue. That's why I said, we need to have our own businesses. You got a lot of people who got clothing stores, African Americans, that's doing clothing, sneakers, or what have you, but getting no support. And that's the issue. Everybody complaining about this person got money, white supremacy, or what have you, and you feeding this same white supremacist. You paying their bills. You giving them money. And then you rather look at a Black person that has a clothing line or putting out sneakers or trying to sell products or what have you, anything. And not give them a dime, talk bad about them, not really support them and understand that maybe, you have a lot of restaurants and places that Black people own they have issues, they have problems. But, you can't just bash them, outright and just be like, well, this is wrong, this is why I don't support Black business because this is messed up, they do this. Instead of coming to them privately, personally, and saying, hey, yo, this is wrong. I need to clear this up for other people to see it and start flipping out. This is what we don't do. We so quick to post something bad about about a Black person and just say, well, I don't fuck with them because they did this and because this is wrong, and not say to them like, hey, y'all need to straighten this out. This was what's wrong with my food. Get that together. I support Black business, but y'all got to get on point. But we're not talking and communicating with each other and helping each other out in that kind of way. Everything don't have to be so negative. Yeah, I would be wrong if my food wasn't right too. But if it's a Black business, I understand what this company has to go through to survive. And if it's going to survive, it needs the community's help. It needs our help. So we can't be so quick to jump on them and just like bash them about, you know, your food or your order being wrong. Or you got to talk to people. You got to communicate. It had to happen to me a bunch of times, you know. If a DVD is late, I've gotten emails from people just flipping out. Oh, you a scammer. I knew I shouldn't have helped you, nigga. Da, 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 da. Flipping out, you know, because a DVD is late for whatever reason. It could be a lot of things. But I never got the initial email saying, hey, respectfully, it's late. What's going on? Can you look into it? It's just immediate. You're a scammer, you know. And I had to like, oh, calm down, brother or sister. Like, no problem. Here you go. You know, sorry for the mix-up. Stuff happens that's out of our control sometimes as business owners and people who run restaurants or what have you. But we as black folks, we can't destroy each other that way. We gotta, you know, we gotta build, we gotta help out. And at least if you put that word in respectfully and say, hey, you need to address this. And, you know, if they don't do that, then you can go ahead and post, you know, pictures and comments about the restaurant or what have you. But you can't sit there and say, well, I don't support black business because of this one black business. You know, that's just horrible. This is what we do to each other. This is why we are where we're at. We don't build any wealth. We don't have any businesses because we're not getting the support. You have Black Panther movie coming out that sold more tickets, more pre-sale tickets than any Marvel movie ever in history. Largely because of black folks, of course. And this is what we do. Where do you think that money's going? It's a fictional character. Fictional. Now, don't get me wrong. I tell you guys to watch Marvel because a lot of the stuff they're talking about has to do with us. But this is fiction we're talking about. So we're putting all this money in the hands of Disney. Disney owns Marvel. This white man, they're getting all that money from us. And when the movie comes out, it's going to probably make history. And they're getting all that money from us. So now they're starting to branch off and put out other black superhero shows because they see it's a market now. It's going to start popping up. And we should have been got this stuff. But I'm really anxious to see how the movie does. I wouldn't really recommend seeing it as soon as it comes out. It's going to be crowded, one. But two, you just don't want to wish any bad luck on anybody. You just never know what might happen at one of these movie theaters. When you have so many black people, you know, coming together, you know, prime opportunity for some bullshit terrorist attack or something like that. So be careful if you're planning to go out and see this movie early. You definitely might want to wait, you know, but I definitely want to see how they do it. You know, I used to be into the comic books a long time ago. I remember the original Black Panther, long time ago. So I want to see how they do it. You know, what is the movie really going to be talking about? We see, you know, a lot of the previews. It looks good. But again, you know, you have us spend so much money promoting a movie that it's not going to benefit the black community. We ain't getting a dime of that money, you know. And that money that we spent on the, you know, the pre-sale tickets of this Disney movie, it's not, I mean, it could have built 5 schools. And that's the problem. That's the issue. A lot of people want to jump on Dr. Umar, which, you know, a lot of people understand, don't agree, which I don't agree with a lot of stuff we talk about either. But just this, in this area, as far as a school for black boys, the man never got the money. He never got the money. So I just, in that sense, I can't knock the situation because it's like, I understand how much it costs and what it's going to cost to build a school to do what he's trying to do. He needs millions. So the fact that he didn't get the money and everybody jumping on him, what you do with the money? What you do? He never got the money. He didn't get enough. But Marvel did. Y'all made Marvel history. Disney getting millions. But your boys are not going to have adequate schools and is going to have problems in the future because you love to feed your oppressor more than your brother. So, you know, be mindful. You know, February's around the corner, Black History Month. I expect a lot of shenanigans and bullshit. It's already starting. So, you know, don't really feed into this stuff. I mean, just don't feed into it. Ignore it. Ignore it. And it's tough to do. I understand it's tough to do for some people. And some things is worthy of sharing, yeah. But if it's coming from the mainstream media, if it have to do with Donald Trump, it's like, come on. We know what it's said before already. It's like, let it go. Stop adding to that stuff. Plain and simple. And just really focus on you. Focus on yourself, being successful and doing something, becoming your own boss. Stop making these people rich. Stop feeding this beast that's oppressing us. Plain and simple. Get together with some friends. Put together a plan. We need to start focusing more on being successful as individuals and stop feeding these musicians and hip hop stars and movie stars with all this money that's never going to help you out or us out. You know, entertainment, I mean, it's easy to come by these days. But the amount of money we give in the entertainment industry that's destroying us is just staggering. It's crazy. And then, you know, we don't get what we need for our kids or for ourselves. So it's just stuff to really pay attention and look at. Politics going to be politics. Trump going to be Trump. I don't knock that whole situation because I know he don't run shit, just like Obama didn't run shit. Everybody's sitting around blaming Trump. The man don't control anything. He's a puppet, plain and simple. Everybody know that. He's in the right situation at the right time doing exactly what he's supposed to do for their agenda, which has always been to throw us, to keep us oppressed, and to keep us from ever being successful. So if we scream and trying to scream as a group, we need to, you know, come together, this and that, they're going to keep hindering us. But if you personally worry about yourself, worry about your kids, and worry about whoever you can help, you know, personally, then that's what we need to do. Make sure you are set. You are okay. If you do that, everything will be straight. Not everybody is going to be down with consciousness. You got a lot of religious people still floating around. Not going to be able to help everybody. These are the people you need to just don't even waste your time with. Some of them are your family members. Some of them laying in the bed next to you. It's tough. You can't just, I know a lot of people just want to say fuck their wife or husband and just forget about them. But if y'all can't come together mutually and at least agree to build as a couple, and not, you know, both of y'all working for the white man, working for the system, then that's crazy. Because y'all can't come together consciously, y'all can't even come together financially and do something that's going to benefit both of y'all and your future. So it's like, what's the point? If you're conscious, get out that situation and go build on your own. And a lot of people just don't have the know-how, and it's frustrating. So this is why we see so much hating. And we hate on each other because we're frustrated about what we can't do and what we don't know how to do, and how somebody else just seem to just jump on and just start making money real easy. And that's how we hate. This is how we hate. And I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been, you know, so many people hate on me, you know, and it's just how it is. It's just one of those things you accept. And it's like, if you ain't getting hated on, you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody ain't hating on you, you ain't doing nothing. And that's the thing. Somebody should be hating on you. You want to be doing stuff. You want to be successful. You want to look successful. You want to have successful things, because that's how you help people. You can't be a broke ass person walking around talking all this philosophical stuff and you ain't got shit. You work at the cheese factory. You work at the cracker factory, wherever. Like, be successful. Be your own boss. Stop letting these people take advantage of us and use our energy and consciousness and our youth people. You know, come on. You're only young for a certain amount of time. And then by the time you're old, that's when you trying to chill. When you're old and you can't do nothing, you can't enjoy life. Focus on success. Get a hustle, get a hobby, figure out something, build wealth, help out your kids, make sure they're doing right, because they can be your ticket later on in some, you know, avenue. But definitely stop focusing on this Trump and this media and the crap that they're doing. And, you know, focus on you. That's really my main point for this video, to really focus on you. I see too many black people with talent, with smarts. And I'm listening to these situations and the messages that people send me, and I'm like, damn, how you end up here? You seem so, you know, successful, smart. Think about your own business and how you can do that and how you can build it. And I know it's going to be tough because you're not going to really get the support from the black community and from black people, but there's a lot of people out there that will support you if you present your stuff right and correctly. As long as you do that, it shouldn't be no problem. So, you know, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch. And yeah, thanks for supporting everybody who bought the new DVD that just came out today. A lot of people just bought it. That's what's up, because I have spent so much money and time to try to fight their censorship of my promotion. So I've been a little bit more successful in America than in the past, but it's costing a lot of money. But it's fine. Get the message out. It is what it is. And thanks for the support, people. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm working on a lot. I'm doing a lot of traveling coming up. My birthday is like next week, I believe, 28th. A lot going on. So, you know, I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos coming up, and, you know, you guys will see a lot more from me soon. So thanks for watching. See you guys next video.